everyone, welcome to the Techie Smarty. Here we are going to learn how to convert a date object into an object ID in Java. As I can think of it, you all know that object ID is a mongo ID which is generated in a collection for every data, right? So let's get started how we can convert it in a Java, and we will check in another video where we can know that where we can use it in a real life scenarios. Okay, so firstly create an Maven project. We will create here browse, then it will be in my workspace. Okay, then next we can have a Maven archetype quick start. It will give a small quick start project. My group ID will be the com.smartytechie and artifact ID, let's name it as a mongo, then finish. Okay, so it's our mongo project. So we need a pom.xml where we will define our dependency for an object ID. As object ID is in a bson type object, we need a pom we need a dependency for it, which is a spring data mongodb, and I am using its version as 2.0.2 release. You can define it here in properties, right? Then save it, refresh, clean, you can do anything. Maven update project, as we have to do it's a Maven project, so we need to update the project as per our pom.xml. So now let's get started. I can check maybe there will be a app.java, which is auto generated file created by the quick start project. I'll show there how to convert an date object. Let's create a date. Firstly we will create a new date object. Right, firstly we are getting a new date means it will generate a date of current it will generate a current date, okay, of my machine. It's a util date object, so let's import it. Right. Yes, I have already created this, so I'll define what we are using for creating date object. System.out new object ID, right? Here we will bind the timestamp which we will get, right? And object ID is a bson type object, we need to import it. Now let's run this project, save it. So here's our object ID. It will be you can see it can be same as you can see in mongo collection, like object ID, right? I think now you can see, you can check the same as we get in the mongo objects or mongo collections. Okay, as firstly before this you can check, you can see that it's a mongo object ID, right? It will contain, okay, what is an object ID? It contains some bytes of timestamp of our and some counters, right? I can show you here it is, object ID. This is a mongodb docs. Here you can all the document related to the mongodb. So you can see it is a 12 byte object ID. Value consists of 4 byte value representing the seconds. Second is a timestamp of your machine, right? So you can check as any object id will be containing a timestamp, a time for a moment where it get executed, it get generated. Then 5 byte of random value and 3 byte counter starting with the random value. Okay, so it's a 12 byte object id. So our object id, you can check, this is a 0000 number of zeros. It will be any random value, but this is a our timestamp which can give you a current time of this object id get executed. Okay, now check what we have used to convert and date to a object id, right? So here I used a function of math, a flow. You can check what it can done is it will give you a you can see here is a definition of it. Returns the largest double value that is less than or equal to the argument and is equal to a mathematical integer. I know it's very it's very confusing. Let me show how it's going to use. For example, we are having a math.floor and we are having a double value as 45.3, right? Then it will be equal to a 44. It will give you the answer as 44. Okay, so you can check in another websites. If you want me to give a lecture on it, I can give you. Let me comment on the video and I'll show you how to use different types of functions. So now I have used a function of integer, that is toString. It is a string representation of first argument in the radix. Okay, what is the radix? Radix is which type of number system you want to give. It can be a hexadecimal, it can be your octet numbers, it can be your decimal numbers, right? I gave here 16, that is I want a hexadecimal number of 16 bytes, right? And then I included number of zeros. As you can check, it is here. Number of zeros is concatenated to the system. Now using this timestamp, I got timestamp here, and then I used it to print an object id. Okay, let me show one thing more. An object id can be created as new object id. So if you use only this, then it will give you automatically give you the object id of the current timestamp. But I give here timestamp as any date you want to convert in object id. For example, you want to convert 2020 03.1/1988, any date, month, year, or minute, second, any value you can convert into the object id. I'll discuss in the next video where we can use in the real scenarios and how we can know the use of it. So if you like the video, please like it, subscribe my channel for the more videos. Now let's bye bye, take care yourself.